Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Loving Someone with Borderline Personality Disorder: How to Keep Out-of-Control Emotions from Destroying Your Relationship, by Shari Manning, Ph.D. Narrated by Angela Brazil. Forward. Borderline Personality Disorder, BPD, is one of the most stigmatized mental disorders. Popular books about BPD may make listeners cringe and want to run away from anyone who meets the criteria for the disorder. Mental health professionals frequently refuse to accept into treatment people diagnosed with BPD. Even in routine medical settings, the diagnosis can be the kiss of death for receiving tender, loving care. I cannot count the number of phone calls we get at my research clinic from mothers and fathers, daughters and sons, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, current and past lovers, and even co-workers of individuals who meet the criteria for BPD. The questions are usually twofold. 1, how can we survive this person? And 2, how can we help this person we love? A third set of questions sometimes arises. Am I a bad person? Why can't I make him or her happy? The basic message is, help me. Often these initial phone calls lead to in-person consultations. Sometimes multiple sessions are needed to provide any help at all. At my clinic at the University of Washington, we offer a skills training group specifically for the family and friends of individuals who meet the criteria for BPD. The skills are the same ones taught to the individuals with BPD in our dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, treatment program. DBT skills, mindfulness, emotion regulation, crisis survival, reality acceptance, and interpersonal effectiveness, have been shown to reduce emotion dysregulation, anger, and impulsive behavior. But such a skills program can only reach so many people. Attending it requires that those who want to help someone come into treatment themselves, a difficult thing to ask for or to do. What if, instead of having to go to therapy to get help, you could find a good book that would tell you how to do it? This is such a book. It is written by an expert in treating BPD, an expert in DBT, and a person who has spent much of her life teaching others how to effectively treat and, yes, to love individuals with BPD. Shari Manning has worked with relatives for whom the central questions were, should I leave or stay? Or, should I send the person somewhere out of the house and away from me for therapy? She knows what she is talking about. Dr. Manning's first step is helping you understand the person with BPD. This understanding is, of course, central if you are to find your way back to loving the person with whom you are so often furious. She then introduces the DBT validation skills that are a central part of the strategies taught to therapists, as well as a critical set of skills taught to clients and family members. Validation is communicating understanding to another person in a non-judgmental fashion. It communicates that you take the person seriously and respect his or her point of view. It says to the other person that you see the wisdom in his or her behavior. Dr. Manning then takes the 6 levels of DBT validation and shows you how to make them your own, with many examples and explanations of how to use validation to improve your relationships. What is wonderful about Part 2 of the book is that you will understand the behavior of the person you love far better than you ever have before. Even more important is Dr. Manning's ability to explain really painful behaviors in a way that reduces rather than increases judgmental reactions. Love requires acceptance. In Part 3, Dr. Manning provides guidelines for managing the most difficult set of problems, handling your own emotions, and figuring out how to respond to a suicidal person who is close to you. These are two issues that even the most seasoned therapist finds difficult to manage. Here you get guidelines from an expert. In sum, if you wish to preserve love and compassion, and use skillful means, even when love, compassion, and skillful means seem impossible, this is the book for you. I believe you will find it helpful in improving your relationships with even those difficult people in your life who do not have BPD. Try out the recommendations this book gives you. You will be surprised by how much better your relationships become. Marcia M. Linehan, Ph.D., University of Washington, Seattle. Introduction. How could she do that to me, and herself, over and over? Why would anyone act like that? I don't know how much more I can take, but I've left before, and I keep coming back. What's wrong with me? How can I possibly help him when I have no idea where to start? If you love someone with borderline personality disorder, BPD, you've probably asked all of these questions at some point or other, maybe repeatedly. Whether you're a spouse or partner, a parent, a sibling, or a close friend, having a relationship with someone who has this problem can be exhausting and exasperating. People with this disorder are impulsive and unpredictable. They may frighten the ones they love, and they're certainly destructive to themselves. They seem to be surrounded by chaos wherever they go, and careen from crisis to crisis, often taking their loved ones along for the ride. So, why are you listening to this book? Why don't you just get out and be done with it? Probably because people with BPD are also tremendously compassionate and caring. They love people and animals. They are usually smart and funny. Most of us see the potential in the people we love with BPD. We just know that they could be so wonderful if they could change some things in their lives. This is why we stay, when we may frequently believe we really should go. But in your case, it may also be because you're tied to this person by blood, and you're not about to abandon your daughter or your brother. Or you still see plenty of evidence of the person you found so appealing when you made a conscious decision to enter this relationship, and that's the person you want to hold on to. This book is intended to help you do that. I'm not going to tell you that in 10 easy steps you can make the person you love change in the ways that seem so clearly necessary to everyone around him or her. I'm not going to give you a few magic words that will make your next ultimatum stick. Keep your phone from ringing off the hook at 3:00 a.m., or finally ensure that your loved one understands you have feelings too. What I am going to do in this book is help you understand how BPD can make people who seem to have so much going for them behave in such bafflingly destructive and self-destructive ways. Your life can improve exponentially when you know what the internal experience of your loved one is like. Your compassionate understanding can lead you to effective new ways to interact that all by themselves may make it possible for you to stay in a relationship that has already taken so much of your energy and devotion. Using some fairly straightforward new ways to respond to your loved one that are provided in this book, you gain the power to change the outcome of historically painful and frustrating encounters. With time, these simple strategies just might help the person you love surmount
Sample complete. Ready to continue?